Welcome to Museful Creations, where imagination comes to life.
Sometimes joy doesn't shout, it whispers. This journal page is part of my guest reflection for the hashtag Faith Journal July 2025 challenge. I'm not doing the full month, just this one spirit-led moment, grounded in Romans 14:17. Next, I cut out the jar shape from watercolor paper. Then I used a punch by Heidi Swap. It's a notch before embossing. And I chose to emboss after cutting the notch so it would smooth out the harsh edges. It reminded me of how grace works, covering what would otherwise leave a mark. Next, we're going to work on spritzing over the embossed base, and I will use a handful of shimmer sprays, color shine, and coffee stain, and also another little tip that I'll share in just a second. But these sprays complement the color palette that I'm using, and also it bodes well with some of the embellishments from the kit that are being offered by Diane and Debbie. The final tip that I want to share here is when I work on different surfaces, I love to use a little bit of water from the top and let the paint drip. It truly does give your piece a lovely effect. While the jar base page was drying, I wrote out Romans 14:17, a reminder of what truly matters in the kingdom. Next, we're going to make a hole in the notch so that I'm able to attach the vintage lens. And I'm using my extended version of a crop eyelet setter, to add that eyelet. And then here I'm showing you how I added some embellishments from Debbie's kit onto the lens. And then I use embroidery floss to feed it through the notch and then the top of the lens, and then I will tie it so that it secures the lens in place. Now I'm using some string to wrap around the lid, kind of giving it that bit of a visual shift, and I anchored a gold cross near the top, a personal symbol that reflects the heart of this message. With everything in place, I step back and just breathe. And sometimes reflection isn't about adding more, but about listening to what's already there. Thank you to Diane and Debbie for this guest opportunity. I'm grateful to share not just a page, but a pause. May joy find you today in the spirit, not in the spotlight. Thank you so much for watching.